regular session. We'll start with the agenda. And I believe the first item on the agenda, we've already done the roll call. You have to do it again.
No.
We're good. Okay, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes from the regular board meeting of February 5th and the special board meeting on February 19th.
So moved?
Second.
Any corrections, comments? Ms. Gainer, would you call the roll?
Mr. Koval.
Yes.
Ms. Jones.
Yes.
Ms. Peffler.
Yes.
Mr. Register.
Yes.
Mr. Zucker.
Yes.
That brings us to awards and recognitions. Mr. Hoyer.
Yes, tonight we would like to recognize a young lady who likes to spend a lot of time on the diving platform. Ellen, would you please come forward? Ellen Posh, a junior at the Renaissance School at Heights High, finished in 5th place at the district diving meet and then went on to finish 18th at the state diving competition held in Canton on February the 21st. At the state meet, she competed against some of the top high school divers in the country, including 3 divers who competed in this summer's Olympic trials. This was Ellen's first time at the state meet, but she is looking forward to competing again next year. She's been diving at the competitive level for less than 3 years, but was a serious gymnast before devoting herself to diving. Ellen's coach, Cassie Ritzman, and I believe, is Cassie here? Okay, would you come up and join Ellen, please? Said that Ellen is one of the most competitive and determined divers she has ever coached. She says that one of the great things about Ellen is that as soon as she reaches one goal, she has a new one on her list. When asked what her favorite thing is about diving, Ellen says it makes her feel like flying. Congratulations, Ellen, and we wish you the best in your senior year with the diving competition. At this time, our board president, Ron Register, would like to present you with a certificate of congratulations. Pardon? No, you go. You want me? Okay. Excuse me, Joe. Okay, super big. We do have one other unannounced recognition. It's become now a new tradition for the board. And so last Friday was Mr. Zucker's birthday, and so in celebration of his birthday, we have the appropriate cupcakes here, courtesy of our food services department. So congratulations and belated birthday.
Thank you, but I'd also like to share this with Nancy. I think your birthday's next Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. So happy birthday to you.
We're working on that.
Yes.
I know, but I still want to share mine right
Get
now.
all the cupcakes.
That's right.
He's going to get a bunch of balloons.
We're gonna get as many cupcakes out here in front of us.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and that concludes our awards and recognition for this evening.
Okay, do you want to
Do you want to light
light
you up
it
and
and
blow it
sing
out?
happy
Yeah.
birthday?
Am I
He
allowed
needs to make a
say
wish.
that? Can I
Absolutely.
instead
Yeah,
of-
let's
do that.
do it.
Oh, yeah, I'll let you do it because I'm not responsible.
I think that's right.
Okay,
Some
Are we
major perk
really gonna
action going on here.
This is,
happy birthday, Cal.
You can push your button and kill the mic if you want.
Karen, lead us in a happy birthday.
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cal. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, make a wish. Okay.
No.
You don't know education.
Okay, we have requested audience. Let's see, we got Ari Klein on statements. Okay, on high school concerns. Oh, okay.
Good evening. My name is Ari Klein. I'm president of the Cleveland Heights Teachers Union and teach at the high school. Members of the Board of Education, Mr. Hoyer, Mr. Gaynor, in October of this year, the Cleveland Heights Teachers Union submitted a union administration concern to the Superintendent Hoyer around issues at the high school. The issues included class size, total student load per teacher, distribution of classes and duty assignments in response to referrals. We met with Assistant Superintendent Talbert, Assistant Administrative Principal Wiley, and Coordinator of Educational Services Allison Bird to discuss these matters in November. These discussions were helpful but not conclusive. I was directed by the high school stewards to advance this union administration concern to the board level, indicated by my letter to you dated February 28, 2013. In that letter, I indicated that response to referrals, teaching assignment loads, and distribution of classes, duty assignments, and unresponsiveness to meeting requests with administration by teacher representatives were still unresolved. I also indicated that as delineated in Section 38.12 of our contract, that I would deliver the union's position paper to on these topics to you on the April 2nd meeting, which seems to have been postponed to April 9th after my letter. As yet, I've not received administration's position paper as requested. In the position paper that I'll present to you in a minute and posted, it's also posted on our issues under the CHTU.org website. We've laid out our view of the situation at the high school and make a recommendation that the board direct the high school administration to work with their stewards to come up with solutions that can be reported back to you at a future meeting. We have language in both a letter of understanding as well as the TAP charter that requires students and principals to solve problems that arise at the high school. Our pleas for this group to function have often fallen on deaf ears. To collaborate, everyone must be willing. We hope that you can reinforce this need to work together so that the high school can be ready to go when the school starts in the fall. As per Section 38.123 in that section, we hope that the board's written response to this union administration concern will include our recommendations. So, shall I pass them out, or you want to?
I can hand it down.
Oh, how many do I got here? I think I've got 4 or 5. Well, whatever. Have them all.
Thank you.
Should I stay for questions or no?
I don't think so.
No.
Not generally.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we have one other statement, Lillian Moore.
Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm new in University Heights. I've been here for about a year and a half now, and I came from Warrensville Heights. And my concerns are transportation. One of the issues that I've been having this school year, as well as when I first began into the school year, is that my son has asthma. And he's missed so far this year 25 days of school because of his asthma, except for if you want to include the time that he broke his foot, which was 7 days that he missed the school due to him missing school as well. So therefore, he has an IEP, as well as that I never had to experience in my life as far as keep on getting documentations from doctors each school year. And this time it's been 6 months to now because his transportation, they called me on Thursday saying we're terminating Mujahid's transportation. I didn't get a month prior to be able to take care of that business or anything like that. They did not call they called my doctor's office Thursday as well, trying to hurry up and get it done. I thought that was unprofessional. So somebody in transportation, or I'm not even going to put the blame on Dr. Johnston, but somebody is not doing their job, because that should have been taken care of before they terminated his transportation with him having asthma. Another concern that I have is that I have a child that is at Monticello Middle School, and he's not reading nor doing math on his grade level, which is he's in the 7th grade, he's on a 3rd grade level, and he's also has an IEP. And I want to know, why is there no resource room for science and social studies? Ever since he came into this district, his grades have dropped. He has never received an F on his report card in his whole entire life of, as far as being on an IEP. He had a hard time in Warrensville, as well as me getting a hard time as far as getting him an IEP. I fought really hard in Warrensville to get him an IEP. They was out of compliance completely when I was there. So I was hoping that by being here, I would have a lot more better experience with special ed as far as seeing more improvement in my children, because they like it at their schools. And then another concern that I have is crossing guards. I stay in University Heights, close to Raymond in Washington. If my son was to happen to walk to school, if he did not have asthma and did not have the medical transportation, there's no crossing guards there. So that means that he would have to walk on a main street. I've seen kids playing in the street. I have seen kids almost getting hit by a car. I have seen ongoing traffic to where from Wiley to going to Canterbury, there's no crossing guard right there. So therefore, close to Cedar and Warrensville, I see kids walking up to Wiley without no crossing guard. So I'm like, where's the crossing guard at that? I see a crossing guard close to Wiley, and I see a crossing guard close to Canterbury, but I don't see one close to that main street to where the kids can get across the street safely without getting almost hit by a car. And this is happening in the morning that I think this. Another concern that I have, iPads. Since the children are not being sent home with iPads, what's happening with the $50 for insurance? Because of the fact that I have paid $50 for the insurance and I have not received my money back. Even if I have misplaced my receipt, as well as other parents have misplaced receipts, we have not got no notifications as far as what's going on with the $50. If it's being used for other things, that's fine and dandy, but we need to know where our $50 is going towards. I think that's it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. We can look into this. And are you, did you leave us a way to get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can get in contact with me at 216-773-7416. And my address is 3654 Washington.
3654 Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll
Thank you.
follow up with you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Superintendent's report?
We only have one action item for the board this evening, and that's the approval of a field trip for our Science Olympiad team from Roxborough Middle School to participate in the Ohio State Tournament, which is April the 26th and 27th of this month.
Great. I'll accept a motion to approve the field trip for the Olympiad in Columbus, April 26th and 27th.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion, questions? Just a quick question. Is this do they have to compete in a region to get to state? Do we know? You know, Nancy?
Yeah, they did. I don't know, I don't remember where they placed, but they did very well. I don't know. They haven't always progressed this far.
All right. Any comments, questions? Mr. Gaynor, would you call the roll?
Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Pepler?
Yes.
Mr. Register?
Yes.
Mr. Zucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cook? Yes.
And the last item on the agenda for the superintendent's report is our monthly Race to the Top update. Dr. Mishler is here tonight to present that to the board.
Good evening.
Absolutely.
I wanted to update the board in one of our most successful and exciting collaboratives with John Carroll University, Part D of Race to the Top, and that's the second cohort of our teacher leader endorsement program. If you may recall, at the beginning of the school year, 12 teachers who had just been awarded the master teacher designation, or working on that, elected to go into this program following last year, where we had 22 teachers in the program. This is building the capacity of the district to really effectuate those types of reforms that the Common Core are bringing to us. And in partnership with John Carroll University, this program has teachers going through 10 semester hours of coursework. They receive a state credential, and now and that's why I'm doing this now, they just finished their coursework. And now they're doing a capstone internship while they're still their full-time duties. And so what I gave to you is a short overview of the program itself, but more important, the individuals that are involved this year and what their projects are. They're working on coaching skills, and they're working on providing professional development. And when you get an opportunity to look through that, you'll see that the programs that they're involved in are our pathways, our reading endorsements, and also some of the preparing for the Common Core. So after middle of next month, when they, quote, graduate, we will have 36 teachers that have this highest level state designation. And through the master teacher process, we will have another cohort beginning next year. And so that'll be our third cohort in 3 years. We're very pleased with our partner, John Carroll University, but most of all, it's rewarding to see the fire lit and sometimes relit in individuals and the way they're interacting in the schools.
I just have a quick, and I know you went over this before, but when you said that the process to identify your master teachers, what was the criteria again?
For the master teachers.
Right, to identify who the district's master teachers are.
Master teachers, and if Mr. Klein is here, I will ask him
remember he
because
came
he
up and- right.
coordinated that program.
Right.
And
You want something?
to the criteria to get into master teacher.
If you look on the ODE website, they've got
Okay.
5 criteria that people have to submit to. But mostly what it is that teachers spend a year working with partners and coming up with a portfolio that demonstrates certain things. It's kind of like a very mini national board. Does that
Okay.
answer your question?
That's fine.
And what we're so excited about is the fact that master teacher is a very intense peer review process, and teachers spend all year preparing this portfolio. Once they're designated as a master teacher, that kind of affirms what they have done to date. They then go into this program as additional professional development, and now we're moving into the future. So it's working well, and we're very pleased, and hopefully we'll be able to do this again next year at this time and tell you about the third cohort.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That concludes the superintendent's report.
Okay. I think that takes us to personnel, and I think we can look at E1 through 5 together. I'll accept the motion to approve E1 through 5.
So moved.
Second?
Any questions, discussions, comments? Mr. Gaynor, would you call the roll?
Ms. Pepper.
Yes.
Mr. Register.
Yes.
Mr. Zucker.
Yes.
Mr. Coble.
Yes.
Ms. Jones.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Gaynor, we're under the financials section, and you're prepared to present the financial reports to us?
We have a financial report for February, the monthly financial report, and we also have an action item here where the county has indicated what the tax rates are for the upcoming year, and we have double-checked all those numbers and made sure that everything's accurate in terms of the levies that will be levied over the course of the next school year.
Okay, we should,
You can take those together.
we can take these at the same time?
Sure.
Okay, I'll accept the motion to accept the financial reports and the resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Anything in particular that we should be, or the public should be aware of in this?
Only that, I think one thing to note is that the tax rate for the library bond has been reduced, as we promised we would do early on in the process when we refinanced the library bond issue, because of the new interest rates, saved a little money, so we were actually able to reduce the library tax levy rate by 1/10 of a mil, and so homeowners will see a small change in their tax bills because of that, so.
Appreciate it.
Does that affect?
Wait, would you say
our-
that one more time? Please.
All right.
Does that affect our debt limit? or
No, it was the same
capacity?
amount of debt, we just restructured it with the lower interest rate, so.
Okay.
It's all been accounted for in terms of the potential debt ceiling for the facilities issue.
Scott, when will they actually see that reduction?
That will be, it'll go into effect this calendar year, so they will see that in next year's tax bill.
Right, so I mean,
Because
just- they're hearing this and
Yes,
just-
everything's in arrears, so
So-
the change starts this calendar year, so people will see that in next January's tax bill.
January.
Yeah.
I'll be looking for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, those Christmas dates.
And I don't want to, I think what we should do is go ahead and act on this motion. And then maybe there's a financial discussion that we ought to have a brief conversation about.
Okay.
Mr. Gainer, would you call the roll?
Mr. Register?
Yes.
Mr. Zucker?
Yes.
Mr. Koval?
Yes.
Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Pepler?
Yes.
We have had some conversations about our financial situation in light of what's going on with the state and the new budget coming up, and we anticipate that it's going to be necessary for us to reduce our operating costs as much as possible without significantly impacting the academic programs. So we have asked the superintendent, that is the board, that's the treasurer and the superintendent, to look at ways and that we can possibly cut some amount of money out of our budget. Right now, we're looking at somewhere between $3.5 and $4.5 million. And so they are, in fact, working on that. At some point in the next, probably in May, we will get, what is it, May? Yeah. The end of this month, we will get some idea of recommendations that the superintendent and the treasurer can come up with in order for us to meet that target. And ideally, the design is that we know the burden on our community is high, but because of House Bill 920, we always have to come back with an operating levy. We also are anticipating doing some other financial work this year, so we want to make sure that we have our belt as tight as we can get it in order for us to, number one, give the right signal that we are concerned about our finances and we're being responsible stewards of the public's dollars. And number two, that we want to make sure that our system continues to operate smoothly and, again, do as less harm as we can to the classroom. So I would like to ask that we're able as a board to look at that at some time in the near future, so that, and invite the public to stay tuned and be here to engage with us. So, any comments from other board members about our finances? We know that the state hasn't finalized what the governor's budget is going to look like, but the preliminary projections are that at best, we're going to lose some money already, and you don't have a good handle on that yet, do you?
No, we do know that no one seems to like the governor's budget down in Columbus, and so what could happen is there could be an interim budget in place through the summer and even into September, so we don't know what that's going to look like, whether we're going to be able to keep the full guarantee, whether, right now the 5-year forecast assumes that our funding will remain flat. And then there will be some loss with some additional community school adjustments, but we don't know what that looks like right now.
Okay. And we're making sure that we're getting that information as timely as possible. I know there's a lot of, the Ohio School Boards Association has been visiting, and the committee is on the heels and stuff, and they send out periodic updates to board members, but it's still, as far as I'm concerned, it looks pretty cloudy. I mean, I can't see clearly.
Yeah, BASA, OASBO, and OSBA are all lobbying and engaged in that process, for sure.
Any thoughts, comments?
Well, I just think that with the governor's recommendation to go forward with the Medicaid